You told me it was 20 women. Where the come from? The contract is void.
So he says he got set up. The contract said 20 women. You couldn't even get 20 women. You gotta put me up with this. I don't do that sissy stuff. Except that you did.
Someone told me you sent picture to Bandman Capo.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. He sent me a muscle picture.
But yet some people think that because he speaks one or two truths, he is actually for them. But he is not. He's not even for himself. You ever travel across a pass? Like in the dark of night, you're trying to get somewhere, but you got to go through these mountains to get there. And let's just say it's like in the heavy winter time, but no snow. But if you realize that the darkness in winter time is a little different than the darkness in summer. So you're going across the mountains. It's dark in the winter, rain's falling, and you're expecting to be able to traverse this mountaintop with at least some sort of ease, but you don't know how you're going to actually figure out because it's the first time you've been on it. Very first time. So you pass a sign, but it's like at the last minute you see it because it's not well lit. It's just there, but it's not really bright. Then the next sign is also very dim. But then the very next sign is like, wow, neon lights, blaring sound, whoo! And no more than a foot past it is a brick wall. And then your whole car just crumpled. Why are we giving this example? That sign is Charleston White. That big one, that big blaring bright light, it's there. But it's two signs ahead of where you're going to eventually end up. And you see these dim signs warning you, but you just kind of brush past them. And then the next sign, and you brush past it. But by then, you see the big sign, wall. This is exactly what's going on. Now, we talked to you about Mr. White before and about his dabbling in the other side of the industry when he was selling himself in order to get what he wanted. And now all of a sudden, he's trying to pass himself off as, I didn't like that stuff. I've never liked that stuff. Why are you talking about? I would never do that. And so if you need proof of that, here it is.
I thought you said 20 women. You couldn't get 20 women. You over? You told me it was 20 women. Where the come from? The contract is void, nigga.
So he says he got set up. The contract said 20 women. You couldn't even get 20 women. You got to put me up with this. I don't do that sissy stuff. Except that you did.
Someone told me you sent picture to Bandman Capo.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. He sent me a muscle picture. Penitentiary pose.
Some pussy, not point the camera, y'all. You badass.
3, 2, 1.
All right, now throw your gun.
Wait, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
So what this is telling us is that you're more than willing to have that happen to get where you want, but when it's presented to you now, you don't want it. And I think we understand why. You see, this is what his angle is. And this, I think, may always have been his angle. But when you have a scheme that starts to run out of steam, you have to get some more gas or at least something to propel you to the next level. Charleston White bought into that. He gave up what he needed to give up to get that second win. But in the public eye, he cannot say that's what happened. So he has to keep the appearance that he is against it. Hence, a video like this. What's his purpose, though? You see, when I can tell people that my resurgence is because of my message, I can start saying whatever I want and people will start believing me. Meanwhile, in my actual psyche, what I'm looking for is their destruction. He's already said some things about every race as to why he doesn't like them.
See, I don't like nobody. Jews, niggers, Asians, blacks, whites, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans.
But yet some people think that because he speaks one or two truths, he is actually for them. But he is not. He's not even for himself. Because any man that can be that confused about what you're wanting to do in life and is willing to sell off your soul to do it is not one you should be following. But he's going to, trust me in this one, he's going to drag many with him. Because he is charismatic. He knows how to draw a crowd. He knows how to get your ear. He knows how to grab your attention. And there are many that will listen and say, you know what, he's got a point. He's really good. I'm going to listen to what he's got to say. But he's fork-tongued because he's saying one thing, doing another, and he'll badmouth the exact same thing he bought into to get him to where he's at now. My advice, if you follow Charleston, is that he's an entertainer. View him as a B movie. He's on the shelf. You might watch it, but put it right back on the shelf. It's not one you'd go buy. It's not one you'd have in your collection. And it's not one you rewatch every year like it would be Die Hard at Christmas, or The Lord of the Rings every other month, or the Star Wars when a new one comes out. It's not one of those films. It is one that you see, you recognize what it is. It's not really worth your time. Move on and put it back on the shelf. Whatever his intentions are out loud, understand what his intentions are subliminally, because that's the one that's going to get you. All the small truth he throws out, all of the accurate statements he might make, all the stuff that you like to hear is in an effort to keep you and your attention in front of him so that someone behind can do exactly what's needing to be done. Don't fall for it. Don't go with it. Don't buy. And especially, please, if you see that hook bobbing, don't bite.